welcome back to the Dolmens. Today we are doing something very fun.
Definitely a little bit of a different episode style.
Yes, but we are going to see our first catamaran.
We're back to the drawing board for sure. But wow, starstruck. Actually starstruck, that's a good word for it.
We're so excited.
We gotta work harder.
If you're new here, hi. We're Grace and Luka, the Dolmens. We are underwater filmmakers and spearos, which basically means we hold our breath, dive over 100 feet to the bottom of the ocean to catch dinner, and film everything. We want to live in a way that's simple, intentional, and free. Sailing allows us to move with the weather, not against it, reading conditions, following seasons, and letting nature dictate our path across the globe. It's not just about travel, it's about self-sufficiency, catching our own food, generating our own power, and living with only what we truly need. In the most remote corners of the world, we're building a life centered around exploration, resilience, and connection. To the ocean, to each other, and to a slower, more honest way of living. We're so excited. I have personally never even been on any type of sailboat, let alone a catamaran, so I'm really looking forward to seeing everything in person and really visualize what it's all gonna be like.
We're trying to get boots on the ground, give us a little bit extra motivation. Not that we really need any, but I feel like getting some hands-on visuals is gonna be just so eye-opening for us. I want Grace to have the same feeling that I had the first time that I stepped on board a sailboat. So today we're gonna make this thing happen. The first episode of our sailing kind of update. So we're stoked you're here. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you down in San Diego at the harbor. Let's do it.
So, we've been saving for a sailboat now for a few months. Talking, theorizing, watching YouTube videos of people who already did it. Very productive. But eventually, you have to stop watching other people's boats and go stand on one. So we drove to San Diego, had our friend Joe walk us through 4 different boats, and gave ourselves a single question. Could we actually live on this thing? Not for a weekend, but for years, crossing oceans and building a life together on the water. 4 boats, a Bali 44, a Lagoon 42, and a Fountaine Pajot Mahé 36, and a curveball, a Beneteau Monohull. Because someone told us we should at least consider a monohull, and we're trying to be responsible adults about a $250,000 purchase.
Okay, we're on our first catamaran here. We got the homie Joe hooking it up with Crown City trawlers. The guy knows what he's talking about. Grace and I are a little bit green, but we're gonna learn a lot of stuff today, and we're just so stoked. And thank you so much for taking us on this little adventure.
So much to learn, so much to see. Every boat's a little different.
Yeah.
They all do the same stuff a little differently. So
We're all smiles. We're so proud to see you. Thanks so much, man. This is epic.
my friend Lance's boat, it's in the charter fleet with West Coast Multi-Hulls. Probably about like in the 10-year-old range. So it's gonna have modern stuff, but not like the Gucciest, most expensive stuff. This one's been in the charter fleet for like 10 years. So you'll see like some wear and tear of like what that would look like for you guys. Same kind of deal. I think this one has an owner's cabin and then 2 guest cabins, a bunch of big fridges, all the good stuff you need. My big Kodak moment. It's like everything's trash.
No, this is a proper apartment. Look at the standing up fridge.
Oh my gosh.
Time would be someone switching for. Oh wow, look at this fridge.
These master.
I know, it's crazy. How much First up was the Bali 44, made by the Catamaran group in France. The first thing you notice when you step inside is how enormous it is, like suspiciously enormous. You step through this like tilting front door thing that folds down into a window/bar counter thing, and suddenly you're standing in what feels like a studio apartment with a 360-degree ocean view. When we both loved the living space, we instantly knew that this boat would struggle to cross oceans. The Bali prioritizes living space above everything. The coach room is massive, the salon is open plan, the galley is up in the main living area. It's a boat designed for people who want their literal house on the water. But then you get to the build quality and the design, as well as its intended use. Bali forums are full of people who love the idea, but are nervous about the practicality. The wide floor plan is all fun and games until you're in large, short period swell with nowhere to hold on to while you're cooking your dinner. With some structural questions that pop up in surveys, we had a feeling this boat was best used for coastal cruising, not for finding remote zones hundreds of miles off the shipping lanes. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful boat. We're just not quite sure it's the boat to cross an ocean on. What boat are you on, Grace?
42
Foot. Lagoon.
boat. The Lagoon 42, the Toyota of catamarans. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean it in the way a mechanic means it. It's everywhere. It works. If it breaks in the middle of the Pacific, someone within 200 miles has a part you need because there are thousands of these things in every ocean on Earth. Lagoon is owned by the Beneteau Group. They are the largest production catamaran manufacturer in the world, and they have been doing this since the late 80s. The 42 is their sweet spot. Big enough to cross oceans, small enough that 2 people can handle it without a crew. My reaction to the interior was jaw-dropping. This was a newer Lagoon, I believe in 2023. The layout is very functional, the cabins are insane, and I was blown away by the master. The galley has a nice U-shape, allowing for a few brace points in heavy weather, with another beautiful view of the ocean. The helm is positioned after the Bali, so you can see your sails, your lines, your stern, and the guy on the kayak you're about to run over. The Lagoon 42 sails like a lagoon, which is to say, it's not going to win any races, but it gets you there. The holes are very full and beamy, which is great for living space, but not the best for pointing into the wind. If the wind is anywhere behind you, she moves. The offshore track record is real. Lagoons have circumnavigated. Lagoons have crossed the Atlantic and rally fleets. Lagoons have survived storms that would have ruined lesser boats. The parts network is unmatched. If I had to pick one catamaran to break down in the most remote harbor in the world, I'd want to break down in a lagoon, because someone there would know how to fix it. Both Luka and I agree that an older lagoon might be exactly what we're looking for. It's hard to explain the feeling we both got the second we stepped foot on this boat.
So I've been starstruck twice in my entire life. The first time, I was in Portland, Oregon, walking back from a basketball game, and we met LeBron James. The second time was when I stepped foot on that lagoon. Grace and I were talking about this boat the whole ride back. Anyway, next up was the Fountaine Pajot Mahé 36. And yes, it's a 36. We were both a bit skeptical, but when Grace stepped aboard, the first thing she said was, "Wow, this feels like a beautiful little home." And here's the thing about the Mahé. Fontaine Pajot really knows how to build a catamaran. The hull design is by Jobert and Nivelt, who are legitimately world-class naval architects. These hulls are narrower at the waterline than a lagoon, which means less drag, better upwind performance, and a boat that actually sails instead of motoring with the mast attached. The build quality is noticeably better than the Bali. FP has been building offshore cats since 1976, and the Mahé line has a genuine blue water pedigree. The 36 draws just under 4 feet. We could anchor in shallower water than almost any other cruiser on the market. For spearfishing, that's massive, giving us access to some crazy zones. The problem is space. At 36 feet, the cabins are a little bit tight. I'm 6'4". I lay down in the port berth and my feet were touching the hull. Not bad, but not quite ideal. Storage for 2 people's dive gear, camera equipment, and provisions for a long passage would require either extreme minimalization or a PhD in Tetris. It's a brilliant boat for coastal cruising. It's a capable blue water boat for people who pack light. For 2 people with 6 spearguns and a crazy amount of camera equipment, this would be tough. But the price point compared to the Lagoon is very hard to ignore.
The Beneteau line is a proven blue water monohull. Beneteau is the largest sailboat manufacturer on Earth. Thousands of these have crossed oceans. The upwind performance is generally better than the catamaran. Monohulls were designed to point into the wind, and they do it beautifully. The arguments for a monohull are real. Lower purchase price, similar systems, 1 engine, 1 rudder, 1 of everything. Better capsize recovery. If a catamaran flips, it stays flipped. A well-designed monohull will right itself. It's definitely something to consider. The first thought that came to both Luka and I were, wow, we could really see this work, especially for the price point. This boat could get us in the water 6 to 8 months earlier than a cat. And we've decided that if we can't save up the money by middle of 2027, this could be the vessel for us. Four boats, one day. And here's where we landed. The Bali has the best living space, but we don't fully trust it offshore. The Lagoon has the best track record. We were generally starstruck the second we stepped on board, but we know the price point would direct us to a mid-2000-2010 model. The Mahé makes a ton of sense, but might be fractionally too small. The Beneteau completely opened our world to a whole new adventure of making our dream a reality. Let us know your opinions about all this in the comments. We're learning so much every day, but would love to hear from people who have actually lived it.
Okay, that wraps up seeing our first boats in person. Just kind of a little bit speechless, to be honest. What was your favorite?
Well, the Lagoon 42.
Lagoon was pretty nuts.
Like left my jaw on the floor, but I really liked the 36.
The Mahé? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
super
just super
personal,
homey and
yeah.
cute. Like just for us, and I really like the monohull more than I thought.
Yeah.
And it's a little tempting because
Yeah.
it could come a lot sooner than the catamaran. But no, we were so amazed. I'm
Just so eye-opening for us, I think.
even more excited now.
We're gonna make this thing happen. Thank you again so much, Joe. Dude, you are a legend. We can't wait to get out with you on the water, man. But thank you again for this and just unreal, out of this world experience. We're so fired up. We're so humbled. It's gonna be so sick. We're ready to make this thing happen.
So we're driving back home, debating on stopping for food. And what did you say?
I said we're never eating food ever again. We're saving every dollar we have.
Never buying anything ever again unless it's a sailboat.
We've had a couple minutes to decompress now. It's just so overwhelming when you're in the moment and you're literally just stepping on board, and it's like it's such a hard feeling to describe. It's every single thing that you want in your life is like right in front of you. And Grace and I keep going back and forth, like we want to capture these moments of like, and these feelings that we're like experiencing as we're going through this entire process, but it's hard to get it on film. So we're trying our best to record as much as we can. But what are your thoughts, Grace, after everything?
We are just so overwhelmed and so excited to get our own one day. It was really cool. We saw like a whole range of sailboats.
Big variety.
Yeah, big variety, monohull, catamaran, smaller catamarans, larger catamarans, like the new stuff, a little bit of older stuff. So it was really cool just to see it because, I mean, you can go on Yacht World enough and you can see YouTubers and other people on their boats and get kind of idea, but like
until you're actually
on the boat, like looking at how much space you actually have and all that. So it was really encouraging and
so eye-opening.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with how the 38 and the 36 foot catamarans held a lot more space than I initially thought. But we're gonna have to do more research into the safety factor and crossing oceans and stuff. But we were both impressed with the monohull. We were like, oh, this is a cozy little home.
It's just like it's just a different path. Like if we want to get it sooner or faster, and what we would do on the boat, and like it would just be for us. Like it's just a different route to take.
We're back to the drawing board for sure. But wow, starstruck. Actually starstruck. That's a good word for it.
We're so excited.
We gotta work harder. We gotta make more videos. Like and subscribe. We're gonna make this thing happen.
Thanks for watching. Different style of video. We're used to. And see you next week on the Dolmens.
So, if you're thinking about financing a blue water boat or a catamaran, I think my recommendation is just don't. It's insane what you have to do. It ties you into all kinds of requirements including insurance requirements. Insurance gets a little stickier.
Please subscribe, like the video.
You're going to have a very strong
We're so
insurance
cooked.
policy, and that strong insurance policy is going to require